Hey, how are you? I'm Ash Michelle with Two Out Magazine.
Good to meet you.
You actually good. Actually, we met a while back. You came to Rice University, and you were on a panel with Bun B for Pimp C.
Yeah, what's the guy that gave Bun his job? Doctor, what's his name? Doctor what?
I can
At Rice.
I cannot think.
He writes all those novels.
I know. I can't think. Just is it? It wasn't Dr. Thunder. It was. I can't think, but it will come back to me.
Okay.
And I can text Latoria later, so she can give it to you.
Yeah, please do.
Okay. Okay, well, let's jump right into it since, we familiarize ourselves. So the movie Never Heard. This just fits right into everything that you're doing, like just making people aware of things that's going on in the Black community. So I think this is awesome. But the first thing I kind of wanted to jump into, because your background, you come from a household with two parents that have degrees. So how are you able to connect with your character Aaron?
Maybe I'm from Jackson, Mississippi.
Right?
If you know anything about the history of my city, it's not too far away. And, the thing that they say about, the Black community, I believe is true.
Mm-hmm.
You're not one generation or one cousin away from anything you need.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that aspect of it isn't hard because we come from impoverished areas that brutalize and mistreat our people.
Right.
Mississippi has a long history of that.
Yeah, it does.
We've been able to overcome and deal with those problems, even though they're still prevalent.
Right. I'm still afraid to go to some of the little back area towns in Mississippi when you have to drive through. Coming from Texas,
if you think about it, the places where, I hear people say that, but the places you really need to be worried about is in some places in Texas and Florida.
Yeah.
Those are the places recently, people still deal with Mississippi as it pertains to its history. But if you look at recent America, them white boys in Texas and Florida is where they dragging Black folks from trucks and,
right.
All that crazy.
All on the basis of staying your ground. Right.
Right, and also because there's a lot of money there, so there's a different level of white supremacy there because of the oil money, because of the politics,
Right.
And these are some of the things that I think that's important.
Yeah.
And what I tell people about white folks in Mississippi, actually, if I had to pick my favorite group of white people, it would be Mississippi white folks, because
so why is that?
At least they tell you the truth.
Right.
If
upfront racism, right?
They not coming around, and if they are around, it's because they really care.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
I tell people all the time, if they love you, they'll die for you. If they don't like you, they'll try to kill you.
Right. Well, you know what? You brought up some good topics. That's like an African American man's fear is, going to prison over something they didn't do, or trying to prove that they didn't do something, or putting in those situations.
When in America you are guilty and to prove is innocent.
Right.
That's a thank the Black men and women in this country.
Right. And so with that, premises in the background, and, based off the movie, do you think that you've ever seen your fears portrayed on the big screen like they're doing in the movie Never Heard?
Yeah. You got to think about this, man. Black people's pain is the world's entertainment.
Right.
Our fears are what fuel this country.
Right.
That's why they put us into so much trauma, through so much trauma. That's why it's not hard for us to, for me to pick up these parts, because we all know somebody that has been through some level of pain that this film exudes.
Right.
You look at Candy Burris' part, which she did an awesome job. Like she smoking and trying to find a way, trying to find a way, and then her son has to sell his mom or give his mama dope because that's better than her having to be walking the streets to get it.
Right.
And we all know what situations that can put, some of our women who have chose that path in.
Right.
But one of the things that I strongly feel though is when I portray a character, I just try to bring a certain level of truth. And in most cases, it's a great it's a great movie as it pertains to writing, or I would never be a part of it.
Right.
The only thing that I ask and that I am grateful for is that I am a part of something that is bigger than me.
Yeah.
That helps exude some of those emotions. So, some people don't feel like they're alone. Even when people watch this movie and, maybe somebody that's been through some stuff, they can at least feel, whether it's true or not, that somebody actually was able to escape.
Well, you know what?
A lot of people don't get that opportunity.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that, because I was thinking, what advice, since you played this character, he's wrongly convicted, and then his son, Jalen, is... That was played by Romeo Miller. Yes, played by Master P's son, right?
Call that man by his name. Don't call him Master P's son.
But I love Master P. That's a great connection.
But that boy want to stand on his own 2 feet.
You're right. You are right. So let me give him his respect. Romeo Miller.
And then I put in parentheses Master P.
Right, exactly. In my Master P voice, you heard me. But so after playing your character Aaron, and then Romeo Miller playing Jalen, what advice can you give the real life people that actually go through those experiences, especially like to the Jalen is a fatherless child for so long? What advice do you think you could give them?
I think the greatest thing that happened between like me and my parents is when I became a man, I realized that we give our parents too much credit, and sometimes we put them on a pedestal that they never asked to be on, and one that is not fair for them to keep up to.
Right, that's true.
Our parents are only a different coupling of all the people that we know. Like, it hurts to think that our mom may have been the slut in high school, or she may have been the nerd, or she may have been the sports girl or the band girl, but, we have a tendency to worship our parents in a way when they were just ordinary, ordinary regular people.
Right.
It's funny, my dad, dabbled in drugs a little bit early in his life. And I think about all of the opportunities that our parents couldn't even dream of. So imagine not being able to do some of these things. But what I would say is we have to understand that our parents are human. Right. And sometimes our parents make mistakes or make decisions early in their life, because I think about it. I'm almost double the age that my mom was when she had me.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not ready for no children.
Right. Are you ever really ready, though? Are you ever really ready?
Well, yeah. I mean, that is true. You get ready when it's time to get ready, but I'm just being honest with you. I may have done a good job. I tell women that raise little boys that all the time. You may raise a child that doesn't get in any trouble, that people can control. Right. That doesn't necessarily mean that you raised a man.
Right.
So
that's true.
So although I may have been able to go through the process better, I look at the man that I am now. I think about the things that I know, and I won't have regrets when it's time for me to embark on the path of fatherhood.
Yeah. That's cool. Okay. Okay, so I have to ask you because I feel like it connects with the movie. One last little question. So it's been all over the news. Kanye mentioned that we should abolish the 13th Amendment, Kanye West. And I'm going to just put in parentheses Kim Kardashian's husband, since we're doing that. Right. But he mentioned that we should abolish the 13th Amendment because it says, basically once you, which I know you know, but basically once you get locked up, you no longer have, your rights, so then the government can do as they please. So what's your opinions about that? Do you agree? Do you think it's crazy? What do you think?
I stay out of talk about other people. To me, anybody who has been able to accrue a certain level of fame, in most cases they work hard.
Right.
And it's their First Amendment right to say whatever the hell that they want to.
True.
And I think sometimes when we continuously pay attention, because if you look at people who are in certain positions, they don't care whether it's negative or positive promotion.
That's true.
They believe that all of it is promo. I don't believe that. I believe some of the things that we say affect more than ourselves, and we have to realize that, Kanye stays in a place where only a very small part of our people can afford to be. And sometimes I think he says stuff that may be true in the small bubble that he exists in, but the things that he is saying are going to reflect and reverberate in a negative way to the everyday average human being and citizen that happens to be black.
That's true. Well, you know what?
And if all that people want is attention, we keep feeding into that.
Right. That's true.
So I just choose not to. But if you do bump into Kanye, tell him that if he wants tickets to Never Heard on November 1st, he can go to fathomevents.com. That's FATHOMEVENTS.com. And he can purchase about, 90,000 tickets.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Well, I love talking to you because you speak professionally, you know what you're talking about, and you live your truth. I love it. Thank you so much for taking time with me for Too Loud Magazine and speaking with us. And I can't wait to see you again, and I can't wait to see the movie.
It'll be good.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next time you're in Houston, come by the studio so we can get some pictures and stuff.
Thank you, love.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.